Hello, Tamara Green here for A Course in Miracles lesson 101. All right, let's open up the shoulder joints. So first, this time we're going to go backwards first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then throw the shoulders down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. All right, A Course in Miracles lesson number 101. God's will for me is perfect happiness. Today we will continue with the theme of happiness. This is a key idea in understanding what salvation means. You still believe it asks for suffering as penance for your sins. This is not so. Yet you must think it so while you believe that sin is real and that God's Son can sin. If sin is real, then punishment is just and cannot be escaped. Salvation thus cannot be purchased, but through suffering. If sin is real, then happiness must be illusion, for they cannot both be true. The sinful warrant only death and pain, and it is this they ask for they know it waits for them, and it will seek them out and find them somewhere, sometime, in some form that evens the account they owe to God. They would escape him in their fear, and yet he will pursue, and they cannot escape. If sin is real, salvation must be pain. Pain is the cost of sin, and suffering can never be escaped if sin is real. Salvation must be feared, for it will kill, but slowly, taking everything away before it grants an welcome boon of death to victims who are little more than bones before salvation is appeared. Its wrath is boundless, merciless, but wholly just. Who would seek out such a savage punishment? Who would not flee the salvation and attempt in every way he can to drown the voice which offers it to him? Why would he try to listen and accept its offering? If sin is real, its offering is death, and metered out in cruel form to match the vicious wishes in which sin is born. If sin is real, salvation has become your bitter enemy, the curse of God upon you who have crucified his Son. You need the practice periods today. The exercises teach sin is not real, and all that you believe must come from sin will never happen, for it has no cause. Accept atonement with an open mind, which cherishes no lingering belief that you have made a devil with God's Son. There is no sin. We practice with this thought as often as we can today because it is the basis for today's idea. God's will for you is perfect happiness because there is no sin and suffering is causeless. Joy is just and pain is but a sign that you have misunderstood yourself. Fear, not the will of God, but turn it to in confidence that it will set you free from all the consequences sin has wrought in feverish imagination. Say, God's will for me is perfect happiness. There is no sin. It has no consequence. So should you start your practice periods and then attempt again to find the joy these thoughts will introduce into your mind. Give these 5 minutes gladly to remove the heavy load you lay upon yourself with the insane belief that sin is real. Today, escape from madness. You are set on freedom's road, and now today's idea brings wings to speed you on and hope to go still faster to the waiting goal of peace. There is no sin. Remember this today and tell yourself as often as you can. God's will for me is perfect happiness. This is the truth because there is no sin. So lesson 101 is God's will for me is perfect happiness. So basically here it's saying we can't really experience true happiness if we believe that we're a sinner. And according to the Course in Miracles, darkness is the lack of light, whereas sin is the lack of love. So love, happiness, forgiveness, these are all in the same realm of what leads you to your own salvation and then therefore the salvation of the world. So maybe you could try this today. I learned this one and I really liked it. If you have, let's say, a pocket, it's harder for women because we don't always wear pants with a pocket on each side. But if you have a little pouch or something, a purse, something where you can carry 10 pennies on the left pocket. And every single time, there's something that makes you smile, like your dog so excited to see you when you get home, or a child smiled at you on the street, or somebody waved you on in traffic and said, "Go ahead and go in front of me." What you do is, it's those little moments of happiness. You take that penny from the left pocket and you put it over into the right pocket, and at the end of the day, you'll notice that all those pennies end up in your right pocket. And if not, then there's a lot of focus on what's wrong or negativity versus what's right and positivity in your life. So try that little trick. Again, with all these lessons, it really is about practicing. We did not learn the ABCs overnight. We just didn't. We said them over and over and over when we were kids. It's the same thing here. We're just unlearning a lie. We're unlearning fear-based thinking. We're unlearning what we've been told, indoctrination. Told is our reality with a lowercase r, and then switching them over, kind of lovingly correcting ourselves along the way to reality with a capital R. Okay, so really devote yourself to those, to your practice periods and the little penny exercise, and let me know how it goes. Okay. May you be well. May you feel safe. And may you feel peace. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.